I'm really proud of the community service that our student athletes and our coaches participate in, and that's a big, that was a big part of what we wanted to do as a department. I'm excited and thankful to all of our people that participate. The next part is financial management and fundraising facilities. I'd like to just touch upon for this last year. Again, for the second consecutive year, we're going to bring in a balanced budget. I think you've all reported on it. It's not easy to do. That includes institutional support, and we've had to manage our funds, and our coaches have been very diligent in making sure that they stay within budget. I'm going to tell you this, next year we will not be bringing a surplus. A couple of the reasons why, and we know that up front, is we had decided before to do a major football game with a large payout every other year. And what that does for us is brings in a large amount of dollars for our athletic department. We're not going to have that major game this year. And the increase in the scholarships at the institution is costing us more money. Reduction in institutional support. The institution has decided that they're going to reduce the amount of institutional support that comes to our athletic department. And then we've decided that we absolutely have to do the cost of attendance. And most of you and I have talked about how important that is to our student athletes, to make sure that we are playing in that realm and rebuilding and repurposing and making sure that we're doing what we're supposed to do for that next step, wherever that may take us. And so we will work hard. You know, Daryl and I work closely on football scheduling. We've had some opportunities. Some of the big names around the country are trying to buy games. There's a lot of money up front to do those type of games, and you'll see, I think, tomorrow night Hawaii will be playing Cal in Australia. I think if you look at a team like Hawaii, they hired a great coach. We had dinner with him down in Phoenix, Nick from Reno, Rolovich, I'm sorry, great guy. I think he has 3 or 4, big money games to play this year, and that's tough. And Daryl and I talked to Coach Sanchez about, what we need to do for the department, and he's a guy that's all in. So we may change that for every other year, but right now as it stands, we know we won't be bringing in a surplus, but the good news is we're aware of it and how to kind of work on that. So we had another strong year in private donors fundraising in 2015-16 and 14-15. We were able to raise about a little over $8 million. In 15-16, I'm pleased to report that we're over $16 million, and of course that includes, a lot of different things. But you were all aware of the $2 million donor for football, the largest gift that we've ever received, and we're really pleased with that. So our fundraising efforts are moving in the right direction. We're not where we need to be, but we're heading in the right direction, and I'm so excited for this next year. So excited for what UNLV athletics looks like. So excited about what the institution looks like under the leadership of Len Jessup. When we talk about the medical school and you walk on campus and you look at the hotel college that's being built, our Tier 1 initiatives, the stadium discussion, and I know you may have some questions on that. But it's a pretty exciting day when we opened the Anthony and Lindy Barnell Clubhouse for baseball. And for those of you that were there, you saw the baseball guys and saw, they'd been working out of a locker room that was half of this size. And I go in there occasionally to check on what it looks like, and I can tell you it's clean. Those guys take care of it. It's like their home, and what a great gift to transform our baseball program. So I'm really, really proud of that. We're also finishing up $80 million renovation of the Thomas and Mack. I'm sure when you drive by, you see that new addition that's going on. A lot of the renovations to a 30-year-old building is the guts and mortar, but maybe when basketball starts, we could do a tour and I could show you around and kind of point out some of the things that they've done, from the seats to the handicap areas up top, to our donor areas, the side room, and in this beautiful area that we'll be able to host pregame parties. We're working with the students to have events there, and I'm really excited about that. Some other things that we've managed to accomplish this last last year is we've updated the league complex. For those of you that go interview Tony, just we've set it up so that it's more agreeable for our students to come in and see our logos, and it feels like home. I know that was one thing when I came in, and I spent last summer for a few months over there. I didn't feel we had branded, some of the branding wasn't nearly what it needed to be. So many of our student athletes are located in the lead, and Tony and our coaches have done a lot of changes over in the lead that I'm really proud of. Along with the Mendenhall, the branding of UNLV and our basketball program at the Mendenhall has been tremendous. We had it done prior to NBA, so I know some of you have been over there, but we didn't have it. We have all this national publicity, and you didn't see UNLV behind it or Running Rebels, and now it's there, and that's a tribute to the Mendenhalls and all those folks that have made that happen. One of the areas you probably aren't familiar with is the Vicki and Frank Fertitta Tennis Complex. And that was a gift that happened a long time ago, but Mrs. Fertitta comes out each year and helps us update some of those things, and it's a beautiful complex. We have a lot of work to do. The tennis courts have been there for a while, but thanks to Mrs. Fertitta, our tennis program continues to thrive, and with their contribution to our tennis facility. I'd like to talk a little bit about football season tickets and basketball tickets, just to let you know where they are. I'm happy to report football season tickets are up. And if you think of some of the home games that we had last year with UCLA and Tony's first year, and the fact that we're up, and the fact that we had 3 wins last year. But the excitement over Rebel football, we had a season ticket holder party out at Sam Boyd Stadium for the first time. We had done it before for basketball, and I walked in and the place was packed. We had 350 there, and a lot of the folks sit out in the stands like we all have done over the years, and they hadn't been in the club level, and there was a level of excitement that we've never seen before. I know these guys told me not to talk about the group tickets because it's not exciting. We have been working so hard to get a group tickets inside. We're laughing, but they do. They tell me, nobody really cares, but when it's been something that you needed to do for the benefit of our program, and we finally accomplished it, and it's not easy to do, but we've got a group sales that are calling people and saying, buy tickets, and you think it's a natural, but it hasn't been something that's been done. And now all of a sudden, Dan Johnson, who was at UNLV, friend of mine forever, worked with 3 Squares 51s, just knows everybody in town. He is doing a remarkable job. We've got Joey Swanger on his staff, who's a former baseball player. These guys are on the phone every day calling and selling tickets to the city and also selling tickets to other people. So it's not that exciting, Todd? No.
Oh no, it's fine with me.
See, Andy?
Andy turned and smiled. I just smiled back.
So,
Good job.
what a nice moment. Isn't that? So this is supposed to be relaxed. And I hope I don't come off as flippant, but I love these family lunches, and so I'll say some things that, if I was standing behind a podium, I probably wouldn't say, so I appreciate your understanding and acceptance on that, like this moment between Andy and Todd.
It's very touching. Good to see
Very
you.
special, thank you.
We'll all remember it.
So football ticket sales are ahead of where we were last year, and we're really excited about that. Basketball season tickets are a little behind, and I would tell you this. We have made up a lot of ground in the last 60 days, and for those of you that have spent some time with Marvin, he's doing a great job. He spends a lot of time out in the community. It was funny, 2 weeks ago, right before they left for the Bahamas, one of our longtime donors, Rod Levin, had all of the coaches over to his house with their families. This was the first time their families had met. And the wives came in and they're introducing, and we had kids running around everywhere. And it was probably one of the coolest things I've seen. But, so families are investing in Las Vegas. The coaches are here. Everybody's working hard. And our ticket sales are slowly climbing back. We're about 700 tickets down from what we were last year. And every day it gets better, and we're really excited about the direction that Marvin Menzies and his staff are taking our program. I'm really excited. Last night I took our staff to celebrate the Governor's Series for the 4th year. We won our Governor's Series, and Marvin and his staff were out there. I would tell you this, Marvin hasn't spent a lot of time on the golf course, which is really good. You know, he's got a weird swing, he hit a couple balls,
We
but,
have to pay for some damage out there too.
yeah, I think he went backwards, but, you know, it was great to have all of our coaches there, and so that was a fun night. So I have a couple of other things, but I'd like to stop there. I know you probably have questions. Jackie, if that's all right, let's get some food going, but those are the highlights of last year. I can tell you this, I'm so excited about what's ahead this next year. And we kick off next Thursday, Jackson State. We've spent a lot of time with that. This is a dream of Commissioner Weekly to have a historically black college come in to play. And we've been working, Daryl's been spearheading that event with our marketing department. And they're going to arrive here next Tuesday. We're going to go to the Pearson Community Center with the 350 Sonic Boom Band and go in over on Martin Luther King and Cary, and we've got about 500 students, young students coming in and going to be a part of it, so I'm really excited. And then kickoff is 7 p.m. We've got about 10,000 tickets out, which is really, really great and exciting. And, you know, we're a week away, so football season's here, and I don't know if you've seen the new video, Light the Fuse, but Tony is lighting the fuse. I love our coaches, and our kids are bigger and stronger. Todd, I've seen you out at practice a lot, and it's going to be a great year. I can't wait to get started. There's nothing better than football season. You can smell it, you can feel it, and it's in the air. So with that, let's eat. If you have any questions about anything, I'll be happy to answer them. And just again, I appreciate all that you do through the year. You know, I'm a paper reader. So I get up, Greg and I fight over the paper in the morning, and sometimes it's not everything that I'd want to read, but I'm going to tell you, I'm a dedicated reader to the, you know, and sports has taken a hit over the years. I'm so glad that all of you are here, and I feel like it's coming back. I know we had a time where we were cutting back on different people, and the stations were worried, and we just love sports, you know. My house is, that's all we watch, and so I'm just glad you're all here, and hopefully we'll have a great